Welcome back to WASHOE Nevada for episode 34 with me, MrSealyp. Okay, 2 of my 3 slurry runs from the cow pastures is done. The third one is just sitting there waiting to go up. But I suddenly remembered I hadn't done the straw for the bedding for all the cows, so I'm going to sort that out now. The cedar planter has just come back down. I've refilled that. That's now gone to field 11. I'm putting soybean in field 11, and I have leased the Trex because I'm going to sort out that. Well, I'm going to make a new field in essence. I'm not kind of going to do that. I am going to do that. I'm going to make a new field. So on that plot of land up by the biogas plant and the dairy factory, I'm going to clear the stumps, clear the few small trees that are there. I've also leased the, well, it's the Lizard 6 metre plough now, isn't it? What used to be the Weber 6 metre plough. I've got that on the back of the Trex, so I can cut down the trees, get rid of the stumps on the front, and then plough out on the back. That's the job I've set myself to get done in this episode. I mean, obviously there's going to be other bits and bobs around the periphery. The milk price is still awful, so I'm not going to even attempt one around here. That's the feed trough. Commonly referred to as a brain fart. There we go. Right. Those doors going to hit on the fence. Oh, that was close. Probably take all of this, won't it? That's why I've put wheat in field 16. Okay, not quite all of it, right? Because I'm going to need more straw. I could just buy it, you know, but I'm waiting on that milk price to come back up because I've got so much milk on hand. That's going to really bump my bank balance back up again. But it's terrible at the moment. It dropped. It was dropping and dropping and dropping. I think the best price at the moment is sitting steady at 1,200, which is not a bad price. But I mean, I suppose it is a bad price when I was getting 1.7. But so it's not a horrendous price, but it could be better. Could be way better. Right. Just wonder if we're going to get a Friday frenzy of mods today. We didn't get any mods out yesterday, Thursday the 3rd. Yeah. But yeah, I'll see if we get any mods today. Fingers crossed. I love the silo, I really do. I know it's not a conventional silo as such, but there are various different extensions and things available now. I did try and put an extension next to this so I could put more TMR in it and more resources for TMR. I think because where I've got it positioned, it didn't like it particularly, but on another map with a bit more space, it would be perfect to have down another couple of multi-fruit silo extensions next to it, and then you're laughing. Absolutely laughing. Right. I'm going to finish this one off. I'll go up and do the other one. I'm not going to worry about TMR for the time being. They're not in the red yet. They're all still in the green on TMR. Probably tomorrow. Yeah, when we click over into the next day, I would imagine it will have dropped enough that it's going to require more TMR. I mean, to be fair, it doesn't require more TMR. I can get through 10 days when it's full. So if I go a couple of days and it drops off a little bit, it's not the end of the world. I can get through another, you know, potentially 7 or 8 days on what I've got, but I just like to keep it all topped up and refreshed. So yeah, so I'll go and do the other one, and then I'll take that slurry up. We'll go and grab the Trex and start clearing that field, I think. I could have put this on a low loader, but it wasn't far to go from the store, to be honest with you. Seeding is finished. Actually, well, here's my turn. Seeding is finished on field 11. I'm now just fertilising it. Now, I suppose all of this, I guess. Take it the stump one as well. I'm not going to start with the ploughing side of things just yet. I'm going to clear some of the trees. And when I did the forestry up here the other day, I did all the bigger trees for the lumber, and said I was going to leave the smaller trees. But at that point, I was going to just sell the land back. I didn't really have any intention of doing anything exactly with it. I was just going to, yeah. The stump. So I've got quite a few stumps I need to clear. Let's get one of them. This thing is a beastie. Right. Now I was tipped the wink as well. I'm going to put this to the test. I haven't tried it yet. That the Weber, no, not the Weber, the Lizard, sorry, the Lizard 6M plough, if you put it on backwards, because you can have it with other implements as well, so it's got a 3-point link on the front and the back of it. If you put it on backwards, you can plough faster. For some reason, it's one of those strange little quirks of it, I don't know. So potentially, this plot of land is actually a fair size, so you should get a nice sized field out of it, and it's not so steep that it's going to be unrealistic, and it's not got sharp bumps and stuff in it that I can tell. It looks quite sweeping, so it should be fine for a field. No different to the field opposite, field 11, so I'm not actually doing this particularly methodically at the moment, and I'm just kind of, let's go up and down first, and then we'll go across the field and try and see if we can find all the tree stumps, and then what I'll do is I'll use the plough to mark out the edge of the field, I think, and then we'll go from there. Any stumps I come across on the way up, I'll do them, but you can see them littered all around. Oh, there's a little pile of timber as well over there, which I think it's all the small offcuts off the end, so what I'm probably going to do is just use this to get rid of those as well. Fantastic, right. I'll go down to the bottom, do those ones, then I'll go across the bottom. Let's pick up a few of these in the way. Right, so I'm going to clear a few of these. I will see you probably in a moment. I won't start ploughing or do anything until we're back together again. Oh, a little bit too fast on that. There we go. Last thing I want to start ploughing and then clout into a tree stump that I've missed, so. And that's the only slight downside, I think, with having the ground texture and the colour it's harder to spot. When you've got green grass, the tree stumps, normally those where they've been cut fresh, you can see them sticking out. It's not as straightforward here. Okay, so I'm at the point now where I'm going to start ploughing out the edge of the field. The beauty with this machine as well is that I don't have to go through and do all the stumps before I go. I've gone around the edge, I haven't done all the trees in the middle yet either. But as I go along ploughing, if I come across any stumps that I've missed or ones I haven't even done yet, I'll just get rid of them. So I don't have to go around and do all the stumps first, then come back and then plough. I can do it both at the same time. So let's unfold that. Now this is facing backwards, so I'm going to see if this does work. If I do L1 and triangle, that will allow me to create fields. Drop that down. Now I'll drive forward. But I'm ploughing at 10 miles an hour, so yeah. That's pretty good. Now the field edge isn't necessarily going to be as straight as it could be, or should be. I'm trying to follow the side of the track there. That's where my field boundary ends, but I want to leave a little bit of an overlap at the edge. And I think I've got to keep an eye out to my right for how far I can actually go with this. Because I'm pretty sure my plot of land ends where the track bends in towards Old Shanty Grains, or at least the Old Shanty town itself, village, whatever you call it. But we're going to be coming up on that fairly soon, and I want to kind of stop short of that. So what I'll do, how's that looking? It's not too bad. Got a bit of a wobble at the start, but that's alright. There's nothing wrong with that. We will have a quick look. Let's just check. I've got a bit further I can go actually, so I can then. If I go to about there, I think. Have I gone right to the edge of what I can do? There's a bit more, but I think what we'll do is make a turn here. So what I'm going to do, let's raise that up. I'm going to turn that on. Get rid of that one. And as we go down the field, we'll work out if there's any that can be too close to vehicles turning, that kind of thing. We'll deal with those as we go. So that's what I'm going to do there. Let's drop that back down again. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll come back, and these ones here I'll just get rid of those, I think. Again, what we'll do at the bottom here, come in at a little bit of an angle. I'm not going to go right the way down to the road because my boundary here is actually over the road, so I could go right to the edge and get away with that. Let's come down as... I'm going to leave myself about a plough's width, I reckon. About... let's go about there. Raise it up. Whoa, what happened there? Whoa! Never noticed that before. Okay, let's drop that down. I'll come back and sort those trees out later. So if I follow along the edge here next to the road, oh, it's actually going to be a fair sized field this, isn't it? That'll be alright. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the top. I'm going to work out where I started. I'm going to come down from there and then join them up. I don't want to go too far and then end up with a wonky field. I mean, it's going to be kind of partly wonky anyway because I've gone off a little bit. But actually, this isn't a bad size at all. Yeah, so I try and come at right angles to up here, if possible. And then when I get down to the bottom, I'll be able to work out how far short I am. If I am short, I probably will be a little bit, but yeah, that's really off at an angle there, isn't it? Oh dear me. Well, I can fix that maybe. Maybe. So let's try and go on. And we'll get to about there. And from nothing we have something. It's going to take me a little while now to plough the rest of this out, I think. What I'll probably do, so like I say, what I'll do is go backwards and forwards. I'll carry on with the ploughing, and then if I come across any stumps, I'll grind them out as I go. I'll do those trees at the other end. Let's get it done. I'll tidy up any bits and bobs I've made mistakes on, because there's a little bit there I can probably go straighter, I think, but again, it's not the be all and end all, it's not the end of the world. It's a field I didn't have before. I extended field 16. Field 11A was a new one that came out of all that open pasture. When you start off on this map, on New Farmer, all of that's where all the animal pens are, so that was all a new field. There's a few little divots here and there. Nothing too bad. Right, let's raise that up. Turn that on. Oh, did I have that running the whole time? I did, didn't I? Sure, probably shouldn't have been doing that. This is probably going to say it needs lime, isn't it? Just suddenly realised. Let's go to growth. Soil composition. Yes. Boo. Oh, it's not too bad actually. It's fairly rectangular. Yeah, that's alright. Oh, am I still not gone? That's weird. Right, I'm not doing too bad. I have started fertilizing and got so far and then thought I need to lime because the lime's got to be done. So when I've got lime from my store at the farm, and then also realised that I'm nearly out of lime, so at some point I'm going to have to whiz over to the quarry and do a lime run. So I'll do what I can with what I've got in the back of the lime spreader at the moment. And I'll probably need to stop it before it catches up with me actually. If it does do all of this, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But yeah, like I say, I haven't got very much left to go. I'll do that on the way back. I'll swing around that. There we go. So my plan was to make a new field, but I think what I'll try and do before the end of the episode is make sure it's limed, fertilised and seeded. The landscape, it looks so different, doesn't it? I know I've always said that whenever map I've been on. I know I did it on Mercury Farms when I created a field, cleared a triangle of trees out of one corner of a plot. It really is surprising when you get used to driving across a map or going to and from a sell point, and you get used to that particular scenery, that particular journey. You then change the landscape, put a field in, whatever you end up doing. The next time you do that journey, it looks so different. But I suppose that's no different in real life. I know the town I live in, the changes that are going on with construction and building, and over the years since I was a child, you know, I've lived in the same town for quite a long time now, how much that it's changed over time. When you go to certain places and remember how it used to look, it's fascinating, isn't it? How you kind of get used to a certain thing, and then I suppose that's the thing, isn't it? It's all transient. Everything's changing all the time. Nothing stays still for long, does it? Well, get a bit deep, I need to stop. I'll start getting introspective and, you know, moody and depressed. And if I do at that point, this will all go like black and white. We'll go film noir. It'll go a little bit, you know. I'm kidding, I won't. I promise. Oh, it's catching me up. Alright, I think he'll do... Actually, you know what? Probably need to stop him there. Yep. Let's stop that there for a minute. I'll clear some more, and then what I'll do is I'll... Fertiliser I had in that I've put over there just for the time being, so I'll switch between the two. I didn't bring the slurry tanker over for this one, I just thought I'd get it done and I can get it replanted. Yeah, I mean, look how different it is now with all the trees that were here and everything. And you kind of came up through the trees to the biogas plant, or up this track, and then clearing it I left a few trees, but now you've got this big sweep down. I don't... Right. We'll go and get some lime as well. Backseat modding are very good at what they do. And it's funny that some of the machinery is quite specialist that they make, and it's the sort of thing you don't use all the time, but when you do need to use it, it does exactly what it should do really, really well. For clearing the land and making a new field, this piece of machinery is perfect. For clearing forestry, it's perfect. Would you use this for ploughing all the time? No, probably not, because you have a tractor with this plough on the back of it. But for this particular type of job, it's second to none. Right, I have begun to seed as well. Soybean is going in, so we are completely changing the look of everything. I didn't have a full load of 14,000 litres of lime because I ran out of what was in the silo, but we've finished with 211 litres left. I'm not going to unload that. All I'm going to do, I think, just turn this on. I'm going to sprinkle the rest out. It doesn't really matter. I don't want to empty and have what looks like one complete thing, and it really isn't. I had a bit of a mishap here. I'm not quite sure what happened, but I must have clipped one of the pallets of fertiliser on my way past, because it flung two of the pallets out and knocked the sign over. Farm dog's getting a little bit irritated. I think he's annoyed about the sign. Potentially, I don't know. Right, so what I'll do now is finish off fertilising. No, fertilising is done, isn't it? That's why I started liming. Okay, so the fertilising is done. I might as well just fill this up anyway. And then, I don't know what he's barking at. Anyway, right, so seeding will continue. I need to get lime anyway because I've run out in the silo, so I will go and do that at some point. There are no fertilising contracts available at the moment, so I'll just leave what's in here. This is going to need a bit of a clean, I think, and probably a bit of repair as well because I've used it a fair bit. So let's just put that there. This thing is, oh, I love it. What a brilliant bit. I know I used it before when I did field 16, but did I turn the engine off? No. Engine off, right. Let's get on with this. Oh, that's what I need to do. Fertilise now because this has now been planted, so I can do another fertilising state. That was what I was going to do. Let's get on with this. My money had gone down a little bit actually between episodes. I meant to say at the start, I bought some seed to put into my seed silo at the main farm because I'd almost run out, and I went to refill this and suddenly realised I didn't have enough left, so I bought a bit of seed, did that too. So I kind of do that off screen normally when I'm buying seed. The fertiliser I'll often show, because if all of a sudden I do a fertilising contract and there's 40 grand suddenly appears, people don't know where that's come from. The seed, when I buy that, generally I just buy it and go and put it into the silo. If there isn't a silo on a map, then what I'll do is I'll sometimes show it. I'll go and get it in pallets, or but yeah, so I just thought I'd mention that. I have got, because I seem to keep doing lots of seeding, but I haven't actually shown me buying any seed. Right. I'm going off a bit of a tangent there. I cleared a couple more trees in this end actually. I noticed as I was liming and fertilising that two of the trees were sat forward of the rest by quite a lot, and it was causing problems with the worker turning, so what I thought I would do is just clear them. So I've got myself a bit of a turning circle, not massive amount of room, but enough for vehicles to be able to turn around. Right, I think I need to come over a little bit here, and I think we'll get a worker on this now. That should be over far enough, shouldn't it, to catch that bit? Yeah. Just about. So when I get to the other end, I'll get the fertiliser down to the bottom, get this fertiliser again, so then this field will have been ploughed, it'll have been limed and fertilised twice and planted. It's good to go. Fantastic. What am I going to call it though? Biogas field or the dairy field? It's not next to it. I mean, field 11 is across the road, but I kind of 11, 11A, 11B, it's confusing. This is closer to the biogas and the dairy factory, so I could put the dairy field maybe. Yeah, we'll go with that. Dairy field, just as a frame of reference. Kind of helps me in my head. Right, let's jump out. We'll get on with that. Try jump into this. Cool. Right. Right. The lime tank only takes 80,000 litres, so I'll take the 79,000 litre ideal liner. We'll fill that up, bring it back, and then the lime tank's full again. Everything's going really well. Looks like my wheat's starting to grow as well in field 16, which means the soybean in 15 has probably started to grow as well. I did the other ones 11 and 11A a little bit later, so they might not be starting yet, but there you go, there's my wheat, so that's going fantastically. I will probably cut across actually, I'm just trying to think. Oh no, I won't. I'll go the proper way, as you should do. Now I'm not sure if there's going to be a video at the weekend. Normally I do a video Saturday or Sunday over the weekend, unless I'm doing Farming Simulator League, in which case I don't. But I'm away this weekend. It's my niece's 21st birthday, so we're going to Man Cave Beer Review. We're going to his house, having a bit of a party, a bit of a bash. So yeah, not sure. Unless I get a chance to do one tomorrow morning when I first get up, before we leave. Potentially, if we get up early enough, we'll see. It all depends. So yeah. And I do need to start my new Let's Play, but I'm holding off at the moment because I'm not sure if the map that I'm looking at doing is going to have an update or anything, so I'm kind of hanging fire a little bit. Let's get into there. L3. And away we go. 79,000 litres. Lovely. Okay, so 79,000 litres, that's almost fills the tank. That's brilliant, that's where we need to be. The field, I think, is complete. I'm going to whiz over and have a look at it in just a second. But, let's open the cover. And then we'll unload this. Whoa. God, I did not want to stop. Fantastic. Happy with that. Okay, let's go and check on the field, shall we? And there we have it, second fertilising is done. I do need to get that sign repaired, or at least pay for someone to repair it. And we have our new field, the dairy field, soybeaned, good to go. Wow, absolutely brilliant. I'm pleased with that. I was thinking as well, actually, before ending this Let's Play. I'm not ending it now. I'm saying before I end the Let's Play, I'm thinking with all the fields I've got, especially with the new one as well. So we've got 11, 11A, 15, 16, the dairy field here. We have to do cotton in all of them. Do like a massive cotton harvest. I don't know. It's just an idea. Anyway, that's it for this episode, I think. I'm going to take this back. This needs some washing and some repair, I think. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.